Welcome along everyone to the final round of AOR, the title decider. We hope you all had a great festive period, but now is not the time for that, as we have a title fight between Chicano, who has a 2-point advantage due to drop rounds over Matt, and this will be a reverse championship order grid. So Matt and Chicano will be at the back. It's going to be who finishes ahead of who to win the title with just 2 points between them. So this is going to be tight as anything. The Mercedes has been very good at high-speed tracks, but the Ferrari is just a slightly more technical car. And Spa has a bit of both. Of course, they will be going out, doing some installations, making sure everything is okay and working. It's just 2 points between the championship rivals. They've slugged out all season, and it now comes down to this one race. So 14 of a possible 16 drivers. There's RS, who's not in the title fight, but he has been given special mention for conquering the Nordschleife 24-hour track. That alone in itself is worth a mention. So we had Junior ran away with it at the start of the season, but once we got to Texas, it just all went wrong for him. He spun, went backwards into the pit and got disqualified. He crashed in Sonoma where he could have had a good chance of winning. And it's just not really gone that well. He didn't have a great round at the Nordschleife either. I just mentioned the Chicano one. He didn't have a great round there. So the early favourite is not in this anymore. Of course, the Chicano only took his first win at Sakito. So it's been very... Matt has been the more up and down driver in terms of results. Chicano has been the consistent one. He's always been sort of on or just around the podium, whereas Matt has been sort of win, then maybe a 7th. I think he did get 7th in Sakito or something like that. 4th. So if you look at Chicano's results, 4th, 4th, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 1st, 5th, 7th. He had a 7th at Hockenheim. I can't remember, was it Hockenheim? Yes. Might have been. Unless I'm wrong, I can't remember that far back. So yeah, 4th, 4th, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 1st, 5th, 7th, 2nd for Chicano. So like I said, it's all sort of 3rds and 4ths and whatnot. And then you go to Matt, 13th, and then he goes in a good run. 3rd, 1st, 3rd, 2nd, 4th, 4th, 1st, and then in Algarve he only came 11th. Of course, Junior winning the first 2 rounds. He also won at Le Mans. We mentioned RS winning at the Nordschleife. Won only 3 podiums he's had all season. And then Nicky last time out with a surprise win at Algarve. Oh, it sure, because this table's hard to read. That is Nicky. Yeah, it is Nicky. Might not have been, but that's what it says on the table. It's really hard to remember that far back, as I'm dropping things. But like I say, all those races do not matter. Of course, everyone will be setting laps right now, but it will be a case of they'll try and sort themselves out off the grid, do their formation lap, and then head off. So 4 minutes until it will be go time. And this 40 lap race, nearly as long as the F1 Grand Prix. Of course, only 39 of them will be racing laps. Just starting to remember things now. It was not Le Mans. It was Bugatti we did. I saw a French flag. So there was 4 American races, 2 German, and a French. So it's hard to remember exactly which is which. And of course, you think of France, you think Le Mans, but of course it was the Bugatti circuit. And we had this man at Fraggle with us. But he is back on track. So is this man who leads the championship, but realistically that means nothing until about an hour and a half's time. When it's going to be, in the early stages, a bit of a risk reward. How hard do these two try and fight through the pack? Do they take it easy? Do they try and get a couple of cars early on? If you get a couple of cars early on and start to sort of pull away from your rival, that can mean so much later on in the race. But if you go for it, you also run the risk of having a crash. So that is the idea that they have to sort of think about. Whereas Duftinho and RS are finding each other on track. Big lock up for oh. Had some lag involved there. As he claimed it in the pretty recognisable Kaspersky Ferrari. Racing home just in the distance. So if we put the speedo on, yeah, you can see all on maximum fuel. Of course, you can simulate the first few laps as much as you like, but you're not prepared. Nobody knows what will happen in that first lap. We could have a 2012 Grosjean crash. It could be perfectly clean. Chaos could happen. Who knows? You just have to take what comes and adapt. So they have a minute out on track still. So I'll probably count time over, because I guess this is counted as qualifying. SB giving a flash of the lights. Maybe he knows he's on stream. Oh. That's not what Matt will be wanting to do. Ooh. That was quite close. I think that was Kingma. It was. NSX looking a tad slidey. Oh no, this counts as practice. It's not qualifying. Shows how long it's been since I've actually raced on this game. I forgot you could even do practice sessions. Racing home with MC kinda in the background, racing home nearly in the wall. Dartinio's gone very quick. Yeah, he has literally. Oh, it said 0.0, but yeah, that is low fuel. Right, he's not really gonna learn much from that. Just racing home and MC kinda to cross the line, and then we will be ready to get to the race. Yeah, these times pretty irrelevant. You can see how much Dartinio's low fuel helps, particularly in the middle sector. He's over a second quicker than anyone else, literally just a second quicker than Archie. Like I say, that means nothing. That just shows the difference between high and low fuel. Of course, this session is like pre-season testing. I guarantee this is not how the actual pace is. But once we get into this next screen, it will make sure everything is selected properly, all the setups are correct, and then it will be go time in the title decider. Greg missing this race, supporting Matt, of course, both in the Mercedes. Greg, of course, unlucky with how his seasons went. He's shown great pace, just mistakes and unfortunate incidents ruining his season. But Greg, a great driver, and hopefully he's back next season to try and do even better. And we hope you, the viewers, will also be back next season to keep watching, and hopefully we get a title fight as close as this one. Okay, Racing at Home has disappeared. There they are. You can see Matt's car just off to the right. The people who are meant to be at the front will go to the front. The likes of Junior, Matt, Chicano and RS will all drop towards the back end of the field. You can see Chicano's already taken his spot at the back. It should be Matt, RS and then Junior ahead of him. That is the back end sorted. Looks like that's everyone sorted into their correct positions. Just SB and MC Kinda on the front row, while Lamborghini is set to lead them away. Nicky, one last time out, finally showed the pace he had in Laguna Seca. Got a podium there on his debut, and then sort of, for the next few races, loitered about just out the points area. Then came back to win in Algarve, so let's hope he shows more of that pace today. There's Pren. He took the first pole position of the season all the way back in Watkins Glen. That race between Greg, Marcos and Junior, which Junior ended up winning. That seems so long ago, and I guess it was about 12 weeks ago. Doesn't seem that long. There is Vance. He has been Mr. Steady in this championship. He's not done anything mega spectacular, as you can see. He's at the back end of the grid, which in the reverse system is good. There they are. Chicano eyeing up Matt. So we'll line up side by side in a 2x2. So Chicano is gonna have a roll to himself. There they are, lining up properly this time. We'll be getting ready to go in what is set to be a brilliant title fight. Let's hope it is just a straight fight, no incidents or controversy or anything, just a straight fight. It's going to be up to SB as to when he wants to go. And he has gone. Who's going to react well? Fregel's reacted quite well behind. He's left Kingma standing. Looks like all is going quite safe. Matt's already up a couple of positions. Chicano has passed RS. SB has had a great start. That is Junior way out wide. He's going to rejoin alongside Matt. Pren, Dovtinho has a bit of lag issues. We saw him lagging a little in practice. SB has had the dream start. Like Dovtinho trying to go down the inside of Archie. There's Pren. So Dovtinho had repassed Pren in that straight, or lagged in front of him. One of the two. There is Matt getting involved with Kingma up in front. Kingma has not had a great start. Oh, Dovtinho's car again. That's Vance off. That's going to allow Chicano through. Matt is unable to do anything about Kingma, and even has Junior sniffing about the back of him. That is Junior going to try and go for a move and pull on. No, thinks better of that one. It's early on. Pren is actually all the way down in last now. So he's either made a mistake or picked up damage somewhere. Fregel in third on the back of MC Kinda. He's already applying pressure. That Junior is through on Matt, so he must have got through into the Fanyas. And is Nicky having a look at Matt? The Chicano is now right there. Matt had the better start, but... Matt had the better start, but unable to pass Kingma. And then being passed by Junior. Everyone's going wide. Clearly a lot less grip than they expected. Now Dovtinho is on the back of Archie. Is there going to be a move into La Source? Feints to the inside, actually goes for it. Whether that was a try to scare him and then exit out, break himself, turn it into a move. But he is through up into fourth regardless. Junior now putting the move on Kingma. Into La Source. King, we think, could have to back out of that one. No, he's just far back enough. He's kicking off behind. Pren is repassed these two. Looks like Vunt is going to go for a move on RS, is he? Down the inside, RS breaks late enough to stop him. SB is at a dream start. He is away. 3 seconds already. MC kinda with Fraggle and Duftinho behind. Duftinho showing great pace since he's joined this championship. So he's the one up this end of the grid that you would be looking out for right now. Of course, Junior is the main one of sort of the back group that has made his way up. Already up into 6th place. Is this Duftinho's chance? Down the inside into the Fanyas. That is a podium spot. In fact, Matt now feeling the pressure of Nicky. But Chicano is unable to make an impression on him. He has Pren possibly going for a move. So while Matt is struggling, it looks like Chicano is too. Well, you can see there's a bit of a train going on. How is that portion a straight? Is it good enough to pass that Mercedes? And Matt just had the better run through Blanchimont. Now Duftinho has MC in his grasps. Fraggle really lighting up the rear tyres out of the source. Now Chicano is down to 12th and a good way behind. Has he made a mistake? Has he been hit or what? But he's down, as is Pren, so maybe they've had contact. No place for Duftinho to pass. Into Lacombe. Matt has closed back in on Kingma. And Kingma has gone off. Is Nicky going to be able to get through on the NSX? They're going to be side by side. Cameras are awful. There's no way for Nicky to go around the outside. He couldn't even keep it alongside enough to be side by side into Liège. RS has picked himself up a 30-second penalty. That might be revoked in the stewards. That's Kingma off again. That has let Nicky through. And Duftinho is ahead of MC, and MC now with Fraggle. Pren closing on Chicano. Chicano at 2:32. Right now, this is swinging away from Chicano. Doftinho already trying to make an impact into SB. 1.4 seconds quicker last time around. Chicano at 2:23. That seems more like it. Nicky, having lost a bit of time trying to fight Kingma, is re-closing on Matt. So Kingma is trying to do everything to break the door from Vance. Vance nearly into the back of the NSX. Junior, having cleared everyone, isn't making inroads into this group ahead like I thought he would. Giving his pace throughout most of the season, you'd think he would be making some progress, but nothing to show so far. Vance still in Kingma. Chicano still down in 12th with Matt in 7th. And Matt is actually catching Junior. He's gonna be in the slipstream now, and that Mercedes is a force on the straights. A much better run through Francorchamps too. He is right on the back of that Lamborghini now. Fregel unable to find a way through MC. Vance unable to find a way through in Kingma, and Chicano is pretty safe from Pren at the moment. Pretty safe from any immediate danger. 2:20 again for Doftinho, only just. Chicano into the 2:25s. 2:22, sorry. 2:25s would not be good. Is this going to be Matt's chance? It's a good run at Apple Rouge. And it almost looks like Junior let him go. That's almost what it looked like to me. Matt has picked up a 1 second penalty, as has Kingma. Now it's up to Nicky to try and pass Junior, who, having made his great start, is now going backwards, so the guys you'd expect to be the quickest are sort of fluctuating, they're going sort of up and down in pace. Chicano has gained 1 place in all these laps. That's Junior wide, that will be Nicky through. Now he's just got to try and do his job of closing Matt down again, as he did before when Kingma got in between them. Archie is now joining Fregel's pursuit of MC. And SB has been passed by Doftinho, so Doftinho has taken the lead. Unseen to us, as there's battles going on elsewhere, but that is Doftinho into the lead. And it looks like, considering he's in the 2:20s and no one else is, it seems this could be his if he can keep it all together. There's a long way to go, but he looks one of the quickest. But Archie and MC have had what looks like they're coming together of some sort. As Fregel has passed both of them, and they've lost a lot of time, and they're now with Matt. Junior's pitted, so maybe some damage on that car, maybe the reason for his pace loss. MC off on the right hand side, thought he was going to pull over for a second, as if like he admitted whatever happened was his fault. No, keeps going. Archie retook Matt. How will that play out? Like, all of this would help Nicky, if anything. It's allowed him to quite quickly get onto the back of that Mercedes. And is he having a go? He is. Matt lifting off. Oh, Matt must have got a slowdown penalty. Oh, Matt's then messed that corner up. No extra penalty for Matt so far. Junior still in the pits, just leaving now. While most of the pack is coming up towards Liège. Now it's Nicky versus the two Ferraris. And Nicky is looking very, very quick this race. Did Matt pick up any extra sort of penalty? No, but the leader, Duftino, has 1 second. Whether that's going to make any difference in the end is to be seen. Of course, right now, we put him in net P2. But there's still 33 laps to race. He's almost going for it on Archie. That Porsche perhaps lacking in straight line speed. So Mercedes and Ferrari both very quick in a straight. Combine that with, I imagine, quite low downforce setups for this track. And the Porsche isn't going to get much on the straights. It's going to have to be quite inventive to pass. Chicano is up to 11th with Junior's pit stop. He's found himself on the back of Vunt and RS, so despite the early issues, he's only 5 seconds behind Matt. So this might not be over quite yet. Is he going to have a move past RS? Of course, RS is teammate, so you would think he's not going to hold Chicano up too much. You'll have to be careful into Le Combe. All the drivers complaining that it's very, very slippery and tough to drive. I guess for RS, it's just where can he let Chicano go? So this pack starting with MC now in the 25s and 24s. Matt going wide. Still the same penalties. But the advantage is with Matt, but it appears to be slightly decreasing in size of advantage. There's an Ohm saying he didn't have any of those car issues. Maybe the Mercedes not as bad through there. I just saw Chicano have to go in 3rd gear and quite slow. Nicky now having a proper go at Archie. Seems like MC kind of got the bus stop wrong. Is this Archie's chance? No. MC going defensive. Is Nicky going for a dive bomb? No, just showed the nose to try and scare him. Oh! Matt nearly lost it. I don't think he clipped the wall. If he didn't, he got very close. RS has now let Chicano go. But when I said Matt's advantage was decreasing, well, there goes about 3 seconds of it. Now Nicky finally has a chance, but as soon as he pulls out into the slipstream, Archie's gonna have MCs. But it doesn't look like it's gonna matter. The Porsche is gonna power by down the inside. Up to 5th place. Nicky showing great pace so far. Oh, it looks like these three are having a right old scrap. Whoa. I was just talking about drivers complaining about Lacombe. There goes RS losing it. So that will be some damage to that Ferrari. Now Chicano loses one important thing. A teammate. Because it doesn't seem like... Oh! Nicky is off. Nicky has lost it through pull-on. If Chicano gets Kingma, then there will be no cars between him and Matt. There is about 2 seconds between Kingma and Chicano. And Matt is lining up Archie. Doesn't look like anything's going to happen through Blanchimont, and with a title in mind, I don't think he'd want to try anything through there. But what about the bus stop? Archie's gone to the inside. Is that Mercedes able to go all the way around the outside and stop? It is! That's a brilliant move from Matt, up into 5th place, past Archie's Ferrari. And now there is 2 cars between Matt and Chicano. And there is RS into the pits after his spin. Check. None of the penalties have changed. No, all 1 second, apart from RS, whose penalty might get taken away post-race. Nothing going for Nicky on Pren. And Pren is catching back up on Chicano. Chicano back into the 223s. He just needs to find a second. Consistent 222s would be good enough right now. Archie not dropping off the back of that Mercedes so quick. And Kigma is holding on quite well. SB pretty lonely right now, as is Duftinho. So is Fraggle. But it's a great 3rd place for him right now. As it seems no one else behind him wants to do well. He could have a good result here. Of course, Fraggle has been in places for good possessions. You know, he's been in chance for a couple sort of, theft sets. It's just made a mistake and thrown it away. We need to hope he doesn't do that this time. Is Chicano gonna improve his lap time at all? Yes, a 2:22.5. That is more like what he needs. As he can see Matt, and that will be spurring him on. But you can see his rival. With 3 and a bit seconds between them. That's very wide for Kingma. Hunt is actually a long way back from this pack now too. There is Junior and RS. Having both pitted. Junior, we don't know if he had damage or not, but he was slipping back a little bit, and RS, well, he certainly had damage. In fact, Pren has made a mistake somewhere, because he's now 2.5 seconds behind Nicky. And I think right now Chicano would rather have Pren behind him. Because Nicky is very, very quick in this race at the moment. Matt has made his way onto the back of the Kaspersky Ferrari. That Ferrari almost sideways through Stavolo. Is he going to try and do what he did to Archie? Is now round the outside move. Now bus stop on. Matt has been very quick through Blanchimont today so far. He's quick again, but not quick enough that it seems a move on bus stop. Perhaps he has to wait to the Kemna straight. Or there. Oh! Oh, I thought that was an ambitious move from Matt. Matt not happy. From the onboard, it looked like Matt went for a gap that was always going to close. But the contact happened on the exit. So did MC kind of turn across Matt, or did Matt sort of drift into him? Either way, that has put Chicano ahead of Matt. Matt could potentially have some damage. He did hit the wall with his front end. And now, Chicano has Kingma and Archie up ahead. If he can pass them, then he'll be sitting in quite a good spot. We've gone from Chicano being able to see Matt to Matt being able to see Chicano. But like we hoped, this championship fight is not going to be straightforward. Yeah, Racing at Home agreeing with me, it was a very, very risky move from Matt. Especially with, as he pointed out, the Mercedes straight line speed. If he'd stayed that close, it might not have been long till he was ahead. But it has happened, and it's put Chicano in the pound seat. And he seems to be just finding slightly more consistent pace. Is it going to be consistent enough to try and catch Kingma, who's actually showing the best race he has all season? Of course, he drove well at Sakito, but that was combined with a lot of retirements. This is just a very good drive from him. He's mixing it with these guys who he normally isn't. NSX straight line speed is sort of unknown to me. I don't know if it's good, bad, or average. Look who's found his way onto the back of Chicano. It's Nicky, and then it's Matt. And Matt knows all about how fast Nicky is. Looks like that NSX is okay straight line speed. In fact, he's losing on the Ferrari despite slipstream. So maybe it's not that good. There's Matt, he sees the Ferrari. Still on 1 second penalty. Who knows, could a time penalty be the decider in this race? So what we've seen, it seems like Matt is picking them up more than Chicano. We've seen Matt have to sort of lift off a couple of times, especially out of Radion. We haven't seen Chicano have to lift yet. Not to say that he won't have to. I looked down the bottom right there and it said Chicano's making a pit stop. For some reason my brain said, yes he is. He's not, he's in 6th. Well, that's another factor. Are these guys going to use predetermined strategies that they think is best, or are they just going to, if one dives in, other goes in next lap? Are they going to react to each other, or are they going to stick to their game plan? Fraggle is now behind these guys, so what's happened to him? There's so much going on, it's hard to see. Chicano showing a nose. Fraggle going in, so perhaps he's made a mistake and picked up some damage. Oh, look at this. Nicky right on the back of Chicano. Matt with a 2:21, Chicano with a 2:23. This is going to be Chicano's chance. Nicky's chance, sorry. Oh, he's backed out of that one. Chicano lives for another day. That is SB. Something has happened to him. We'll cut to him in a second. We need to see who wins out this fight. Chicano has the inside. It's pretty neck and neck. Nicky goes all the way around the outside, so what's happened to SB? He's currently driving on the grass. Has he got suspension damage? It looks like he has. Oh, oh. Do not do that. We don't want to repeat Hockenheim. Yeah, it looks like SB has picked up sort of rear suspension damage. Fraggle is now also dropping way back. Wait, he pitted. Duh. MC kinda has pitted. But now, the two title rivals are going to get to fight it out on track. We're only a third of the way through this race, but it will matter. This is what we wanted. These two on track. Fighting out. I mean, pace-wise, it looks in favour of Matt, but he's not as consistent as Chicano is. You see Chicano doing his 23s, 22s every lap. Matt, we've seen him off the track, spinning, he's had a crash with MC. So it's not quite as clean from Matt, but he does have the outright pace advantage right now. Oh, nearly into the back of Chicano. And Matt with the outside before the source. You have to be crazy or brave to go around the outside there. So it would never work, but if you can stick close through Eau Rouge and Radion, then there is a real chance into Lake Ulm. Chicano, I think he might get back in, but he might just lost Nicky's slipstream, but I don't think it's gonna matter. Chicano's had a great run through Eau Rouge. Nicky has had the same issue as Matt. He's super quick, but just not consistent. How is SB getting on? He's still sort of struggling around. You can see sort of having to turn left to go straight. And Matt has dropped a little behind Chicano, so perhaps the Pour le Comble that drivers are complaining about is hitting Matt. So perhaps it's very, very setup sensitive, that corner. And Junior, later on in the race, is going to be one to watch out for. He's made his pit stop, he's doing 2-minute 22s. He's just pounding round. And Nicky has passed Kingma. She's up into third. Now this kind of saves Chicano for a little bit, so he's going to have the NSX slipstream to help him fight against the Mercedes. SB has finally made his way back to the pit lane. Chicano is just about holding on at the moment, but is Kingma gonna get involved in this scrap now? Well, that looked like a nudge from Matt. Matt trying to switch back. Is that going to work? He's going to be offline for the slipstream, but I might come back to him. No, Chicano is able to tuck back in front. Chicano having to do a little left. Look, he went cut the track slightly at Eau Rouge. Is it gonna matter? He's gonna be side by side with Kingma. Be careful, Chicano, you're in the title fight. Has he left the door open for Matt to sweep through? No, he hasn't. You can tell they both want this. There's not an inch being given to each other. Kingma, a little bit of a roadblock, but it's bringing the two of them together. And Matt is practically pushing Chicano at this point. He's not going to be able to get through or on the outside of the Fanyas. Not unless Chicano basically waves him through. Oh, Kingma's wide. These two are too busy fighting each other that he gets away with it. Look at Duff Team, 30 seconds lead. Like I said early on, it's his to throw away at this point. Oh! That's a proper hit. Chicano obviously having to go a bit slower for Kingma. Matt not expecting it. And Chicano's gone deep. Where's Kingma? Has he gone into the pits? He has. And Matt is really battering the back of that Ferrari. There's a couple of hits. But now Chicano doesn't have a slipstream to save him. Matt goes to the switchback. Chicano's ready for it. He parks on the apex, as he has done every lap. Kingma taking his stop, leaving Chicano vulnerable. Matt's gone wide though. Matt has gathered that up, but look, for the life of him, he was going into that wall. And that might be what saves Chicano for another lap. Because Matt definitely has the pace advantage. He's just not able to find a way through. He had the advantage, he had the track position, but I threw it all away. And if you weren't here for the start of this broadcast, the championship permutation is Whichever of these two beats the other is champion. It's that simple. That is how close it is in points. Just 2 points between them. Between Chicano and Matt. Whichever one finishes ahead is champion. And Matt had the better start, but through mistakes and a small crash, he's thrown that away, but he's fighting for his life to get that advantage back. Nicky up ahead is trying for the life of him to get past Archie. See how much time these guys lost fighting with Kegman. Kegman going into pits 2 minutes 27s. And now we're getting close to Matt's weakest point. Chicano's weakest point, and Matt has hit him again. That's a few times Matt has rammed into the back of that Ferrari, and Matt, perhaps getting front end damage from it all, decides to go in. So who knows, if Matt wins this title, perhaps Chicano is going to complain about all the hits. So there's definitely been a few, only 2 or 3 big hits at least. But they're all fighting, we can actually give these two some airtime. Because they were scrapping away. Nicky unable to coast down the inside. From the timing that I've seen, it looks like Nicky is quicker, but just doesn't have a way through. We'll show Duftino, just because we need to. That shows his lead. No, he is at Stavolo. These guys are Liège. That is the difference. We're not even halfway through. Where did Matt come out? He has come out in 7th, behind Fregel. And like I said, Junior is 4 seconds ahead, so Junior, I mean, unless Duftino messes up, he's not going to win this race. But he has the chance for a solid result. We'll check up on penalties. Still 1 second from Matt, so he's not picked up another one. He's actually struggling to catch Fregel. What is Chicano gonna do? This was the question I asked earlier. Is it do what he planned or react to Matt? It's do his plan. He's gonna do what he thinks is the fastest strategy. Is Nicky gonna find a way through this time? He's had a much quicker run up Eau Rouge. Archie not letting that inside line go. So Nicky, if he wants it, is gonna have to go the long way around. And he has. Up to 2nd place. And it wasn't easy. Archie made him work for that one. How's Matt getting on with Fregel? He's dropped even further back. He came out of the pits about a second behind. And now, well, Fregel's pulling away. You can see SB. I mean, he's not far off being lapped by the car ahead of him. So We're starting to get big gaps appear between people because we've had some pit stops and some have not pitted. I think most of the top 5 are still to pit, and I think everyone below them has pitted, so everyone from Frail downwards, I think, has pitted. It is really hard to keep up with this stuff, but I think that is how it is currently playing out. Matt has gained a little bit on Fraggle. Archie takes his pit stop. Chicano doesn't. There's Archie up into 3rd place. Vance sets 4 seconds off of Kingma. And Pren is only 3.5 seconds off of Matt. And Pren, we saw earlier, was quite quick. Perhaps Matt just had a lap or two to sort of struggle to warm the tyres up, but he's going for it now. 2:23.9, it's not actually that quick a lap. Chicano at 2:22.1. So Chicano, perhaps now that he's not in a battle, he doesn't have cars around him, he's just able to get his head down and go for it. Well, that's 1.8 seconds out of Matt. And right now, Junior is perhaps sitting in a net 2nd place. A little bit these two. Frail stays ahead. And there's... Oh! Pren really into the wall at Lagon. He was side on. So he might just get away with that one. It was a hard hit. The longer Matt stays behind Fraggle, the more of an issue he has, and that isn't going to help his case. The 2nd time we've seen him really wide of that corner. Chicano is taking his pit stop halfway through the race. We will see where he comes out compared to this Mercedes. He's now blasting his way up to Blanchimont. Unable to do anything about Fraggle. There goes Junior. Matt is coming down the straight. Chicano is now moving. Now Matt is going to have a decent sized lead. Chicano is going to be behind Archie and Pren. So despite Chicano having a good in lap, he's 6 seconds behind Matt. Maybe I should have responded to Matt. Maybe that would have been the right thing to do. Nearly 7-8 seconds. Well, Chicano's going to have to rely on Matt doing what he did in the first half of the race and making mistakes and having a minor crash. Of course, I don't wish that on anyone, but that's what Chicano needs. as are the nature of the races these long, people have spread out. So there's not really many battles going on track. These are the closest two. Chicano needs to get back into his 221s he was doing before the stop. He's at 1.4 seconds to Brent, so he's already brought that down a little bit. Matt is finding it hard to get away through on the Huracan. He's had a great run here. Is it good enough to try a move? I think Fraggle has let him through. I think we saw that earlier in the race, Fraggle letting Matt through. So perhaps we're seeing a sort of Brazil 2012 type thing where all the Germans let Vettel through. Perhaps some drivers have picked sides and they're gonna let their side through if they get near. Of course, teammates will. But I don't think Matt or Chicano's teammates are gonna have much impact. Like, Matt's teammate's definitely not going to have an effect because it's Greg, and Greg isn't racing. And RS is Chicano's teammate, and he's down in 11th. So, neither of these guys are going to have much teammate help in this one. Chicano now closing on Brent. Of course, on the looks of it, you would think these two are teammates, considering they're in the same car, effectively. But no, Chicano is with the yellow livery RS. Well, they're pretty much the same liveries. They're slightly different, but they are both number 53, which is odd. Chicano doesn't care about how the cars look or what numbers they are. He wants past. At home saying he had no intention of letting anyone through. I'm sure a lot of these guys don't. I'm sure a few are good friends with either Matt or Chicano and would rather one or the other win. As we're seeing with Fraggle letting Matt through. He's done it twice now. It doesn't look like Brent's trying to help his other Ferrari. Brent's fighting for himself. As they should. One of the people should really be seeing others letting through his teammates. Oh, Brent almost looked like he sort of cut across Chicano there. Is this going to be Chicano finally through? No, Brent holds it. Chicano clearly not comfortable with Lacombe. He's unable to outbrake anyone into that corner. We saw him down the inside. I can't remember of who it was earlier. It might have been Kingma. He just wasn't able to pull off the move. You can see he's a lot faster whether Pren is struggling or whether that hit at the com is really affecting Pren's car. But Chicano not able to outbrake him. Perhaps bus stop, or if Pren gets a corner wrong, if he got this wrong, Chicano could have a go into the Fanyas or something, and actually, Chicano has got not a bad run out. In fact, it's been a bit of a poor exit. It was a great mid-corner. He was closing down. But he is definitely a lot quicker than the other Ferrari. There's currently 3 cars between him and a title fight. This is going to be a good chance. They can just set in the toe. Nothing's going to be able to be done at Blanchimont. Pren pulling away. In fact, Chicano gained a lot through Blanchimont. Pren's going to defend. He is not helping out the Ferrari side. So Chicano is able to brake later at a different corner, but too late. Is he going to gain it back on the exit? We saw Matt have a crash with a Ferrari. Neither of these. Well, Chicano, Pren thinking for himself and not for the manufacturer. He won't care. Chicano will care. He will want through ASAP. So as it stands, it is only Doftinho and Nicky to pit. Doftinho will easily reclaim or keep his lead. Nicky might be subject to Junior. And Chicano again having a go at Pren, but we've seen he can't brake late into this corner. Is he going to try it? No. Well, he braked a bit later, but just wasn't late enough. So clearly the struggles people were having at Lecombe, Chicano feeling one of the worst. He has no confidence into that corner. So he's confident enough to really outbrake himself into the bus stop. Perhaps his setup is just not good through Lecombe. He is all over Pren though. Archie has 4 seconds to Pren, and then Frankel 4 seconds. So it's about 9 seconds Chicano sits behind Matt. Those timings on the left aren't 100% accurate. They're quite vague. I've seen it say before the car behind is actually ahead. What's Chicano gonna do this time? He has to get pretty inventive. Because Pren has a counter for everything that Chicano throws at him. The pit stops have played out effectively for the midfield. Again, Chicano quick through there. Always thinks about the inside. Pren left a bit of a door open, but sort of half closed it. Had the better exit out of bus stop. Is Pren gonna leave a door open? If so, is Chicano gonna throw himself into it? He is. It doesn't fully commit. Almost contact. We're gonna go side by side down to Eau Rouge. Who has the better straight line speed? They're neck and neck, but it's Pren who has the advantage. And Chicano gonna have to give that one up. And now he is very close out of Radion. But again, Chicano's gonna have the outside. If he could have the inside, maybe he'd be able to get past. Pren just not letting that happen. Oh, Pren's gone deep though. Just as well we switched to bumper cam there, otherwise we wouldn't have seen it. So Chicano, for all his trying, passed due to a mistake. All the cutbacks and outbraking, and it just took a mistake from Pren to get him through. So now Chicano needs to just drive off and get himself out of the immediate danger, which it looks like he's sort of already done within a couple of corners. So he has 4 seconds to Archie, 5 seconds to Frankel, and 7.5 to Matt. Matt doing 2:24s. Whether that was a one-off bad lap, or Matt is just struggling a bit remains to be seen. Archie, though, looking for a way past Fregel's Lamborghini. He's not quite in the immediate attack zone, but some nice slipstream will help him get there a bit quicker. It was just a timing glitching. I thought Chicano had done something amazing there. Matt back into 221s, so his 24 was an off lap. So Nicky and Duftinho still to pit. Duftinho will keep his lead. Nicky is likely to drop back to third place. There's every chance he could repass Junior when the pit stops play out. Duftinho continuing. Nicky is quite a way away from the pits. If you look at this, Junior is only at Liège and Duftinho is at this, as at La Source. How's Archie getting on with Fregel? He is now in the attack zone. I say that as if it's like the Formula E. What is it called? It's called the attack zone or something like that. I make it sound like it's that, but he's close enough to attack. Because you wouldn't want to go attacking from a second behind. Unless you are Daniel Ricciardo. Chicano is gaining on this pair. If he can pass these two, which won't be easy, he is catching. I'd say catching and overtaking is a completely different story. We've seen Chicano's not the most confident today in his moves. But if he can pass these two, there will be no one between him and Matt. Of course, they had an epic battle earlier. Matt's managed to regain it through the pit stops. Now, a question at the start, what car would this track suit? The Mercedes is always good on high-speed tracks, very fast, straight tracks. But there's also some quite technical bits which should suit the Ferrari. It's like the opposite of F1, the Ferrari is good in the corners, the Mercedes is quick on the straights. I say good, better than the Mercedes in the corners for the Ferrari. Chicano can see his target up ahead. He's dropped Pren very quickly, nearly 3 seconds. These are the closest guys on track. Ferrari and the Huracan. You can see Chicano there and Pren just further back. Chicano took a big chunk out in his first lap past Pren. He's not quite doing the same this time around. And Matt is ahead of Junior. Something has gone very wrong for Junior, plus 13 seconds. So, what that means is Nicky might be safe in his second place. If... How far a gap's at? 42 seconds. It would be quite close when he comes out. But Junior is going to be determined to repass that Mercedes. Yeah, 2 minutes 34 for Junior. Throwing a comfortable second place away. Or net second place, it might not have been that, once Nicky had a few laps out of the pit. But the one thing I'm noticing is Duftinho's fuel. Is he going to have to take some? There's 17 litres left. Which if you compare to Junior, who is 40, and they're both in Huracan. Maybe that was Duftinho's plan all along. Start a little bit lighter. Of course, when you do that, you do always have the permutation of having to take fuel at a stop, which takes forever in this game. And Archie is through on Frego. He's up to 5th place. How far between... him and Chicano? 1.5 seconds. There isn't a hole making a good point. Junior is already pitted, so that's probably why he has more fuel. Matt up to 2 seconds of penalties. Frego 2 seconds. There's a lot of penalties. RS 30 seconds, but there's a very good chance that could be removed post-race, if it affects anything. Right now he has more than 30 seconds back to Vunst. And whatever happened to Junior, it hasn't helped his tyres, because he now can't get Matt. And Fregel's also made a mistake, because Chicano is now ahead of him. Chicano's not gonna complain. Oh, and Fregel, to add insult to injury, makes a mistake at bus stop. He's gone from 6th to 8th in a couple of corners. And 8th by a long way. 7.5 seconds he has to Pren. And Pren is not a slow man. Well, Archie put up as much of a fight as Pren did when Chicano gets onto the back of him. I say when, there's still the case of F. The longer it takes Chicano to get through some of that traffic, the more it's going towards Matt. So we'll have 10 laps after this one. There'll be 11 laps at the end of this one, because you can go to 30. And every lap that goes by, unless Matt makes a mistake, he's already got one hand on the trophy. Neither of them are going to win, that's quite apparent. Unless Duftinho really, really messes up and Nicky comes out behind them. Maybe Junior could get in a fight with Matt and that could end in tears. You never know. Of course, Junior has nothing to lose. He wants to get on the podium. So he doesn't care that Matt's in a title fight. So if he did catch up, he would be fighting for himself. But he has to catch up first. Chicano took a couple of tenths out of Archie there. 2 tenths quicker, 2:21.5. Duftino still in pit, doing 2:20 still. I'm sure he'll have fastest lap of the race. Looks like Chicano is not going as quick on the straight as some of the other Ferraris. Yeah, a couple of mile an hour down there on Archie. It's perhaps going for a slightly higher wing setting compared to other Ferraris. Of course, you would think the Mercedes, it could run decently higher wings than the Ferrari and still be quicker in a straight. These two still to pit. They'll probably just be going until the fuel gets low, so Duftino probably has 2 or 3 laps until he is in. Chicano, after catching Archie, is now losing. He was about 1.4 at the end of the last lap. It doesn't look Junior who's going to be able to do anything about Matt either. We think second should be Nicky's, because if he's going this deep into the race, he's not going to take tyres. .221.6 from Archie, a tenth slower from Chicano. If Chicano could just get into that slipstream, it would help him out a whole lot. RS with his 30-second penalty. Is chasing down the NSX. There's, like I said, there's a good chance that 30-second penalty will be taken away. I'm sure it was RS rather than earlier in the season that was deemed unfair. 30 seconds is usually for a jump start. How quickly is he going to be able to get past the NSX? He's gaining a lot on the straight. Kingma's left the inside open. And RS has the confidence to do what his teammate didn't, but Kingma? Is he going to be able to pull that one off? He had the audacity to come back around the outside into the beginning of Lecombe. They're going to be side by side into Brussels. They're still side by side. Close line, but Kingma decides to let RS go into Liège. I think that was a battle he wasn't going to win into that corner. Chicano not making an impression on Archie still. Of course, Archie, a very quick driver. Junior with a 2:24 last lap. But he's still a Matt, so perhaps Matt hasn't had a great lap this lap. Oh, that's not going to help Junior's case. 22.4, it wasn't awful for Matt and Junior, a 21.8. despite what happened at the final corner. 21.6 for Chicano. I think Chicano might just be about in the slipstream, which will help his higher wing setup. Craig with support for Matt. Matt is in the pound seat for the title right now. Looks like he's the only person who can lose it for himself. I apologise for my dog barking in the background. I can't help that. Duftinho finally takes his pit stop. Chicano is now then a second of Archie. Is it just a bit too late though? Duftinho rolling down the pit lane. Nicky. Even with Duftinho pitting, he keeps the lead. By 10 seconds, that shows the dominance he's had. This is the closest Chicano's got. Archie is fighting. Not too hard though. Look how much space he's giving Chicano. Some drivers, when they do race with someone who's fighting for the title, do tend to just give them that bit more room. You don't want to be that guy who takes out the title contender. So Chicano, 6.5 seconds. He is 7 seconds behind Matt. There's 8 laps to go. We still have Nicky to pit, who could come out quite close to Matt. About 4. Actually, no. Nicky's not going to take tyres. So Nicky will keep his second. All that can stop Matt now is himself, or a crash with Junior. Starting to get to sunset. Matt knows he's in the pound seat. He just needs to beat Chicano. But the last thing he would want right now is a Huracan fighting for a podium behind him. Nicky takes his pit stop. How aggressive are both of these guys going to be? Is Junior going to care that Matt's in the title fight? How much is Matt going to care about Junior trying to fight him? These are both drivers that belong at this end of the grid. But it's very easy for Matt right now just to be overthinking things. No, I do not want to quit right now, that would be horrific. Nicky is at the end of the pit lane, he's just leaving now, so no chance for Matt to get him. Junior is close to Matt, but it's not really in that pushing him zone. Like, without right now Matt's scared about Junior throwing one down the inside. Is that just a shade, or is that a flash of the lights from Matt? Oh, has Matt got himself a slowdown? Or, that was either a slowdown, or Matt just thought, I don't want to fight with you, off you go. Don't turn the map off. Matt is still slowing down. Of course, Matt, we need to remember, has a penalty, and Chicano doesn't. So 5.5 off his life right now. Matt, looking like he has. Well done to Chicano for being one of 3 in an SB. Now who knows, could that be what? Down. Or he just did not want to fight with that Lamborghini. If he didn't want to fight, he's let him go an awful long way ahead. Starting to get dark. Grip levels are going to change as the temperature cools. Who is going to be able to adapt the best? Because you can practice these conditions as much as you like. They might not necessarily be the same as what you practiced. Four seconds. Whoa, Matt's off. That's not what Matt needs to be doing right now. Is pressure getting to Matt? He let the Lamborghini go. He's now gone off the track. He did 2:25 on the last lap. Andrew asking what happened to Junior. It was a reverse grid. So he started 12th and has made his way up to 3rd place. I think realistically, even if the grid started normally, he'd be about 3rd. Nicky and Duftino are very, very quick today. R10, although he didn't fight Chicano that hard and almost sort of waved him through, is still keeping him company. He's not just letting him go. He'll have to keep his pace up. There's Pren behind on the Preble. Chicano and Matt. How must they be feeling? Chicano knows he has to give it 100%. Matt knows he can't make a mistake. So always as they close up to that bus stop. And it looks like Matt has it together enough. Unless he picks up more penalties, which he hasn't. 2 seconds still. I show Duftino. He is in Pujon and Nicky is halfway down the Camel. That is 1st and 2nd. Of course, Duftino starting somewhat towards the front due to his late entry into the championship and not being as high on points. So being very much helped out by that. but he's absolutely been class of the field today. And Nicky, for 2 races, has shown his Laguna Seca form again. There are the lights of Chicano in the background. How hard does Matt push? Does he go 90%? Does he go 80%? Or does he just go 100%? Sometimes when you sort of let go a little bit, drop down in sort of effort, mistakes start to slip in. Some drivers like to be at 100% all the time, as that's the only way they can keep focus. Is Matt one of them, or is he just going to be taking it a bit easier than normal? Braking a bit earlier for corners? Seems so long ago we saw him in a wall after an optimistic move on MC. It's 4.7 seconds. How much is Chicano going to do all this time fighting Pren, fighting Archie? Pitting a couple of laps later, what is he going to be thinking about that if he doesn't win this? Matt, still 2 seconds. Matt into the 23s. Perhaps he is just easing off a bit. There's 4 laps. Chicano theoretically needs 2 seconds. If he can get within that 2-second window, there's Junior. He has 4.5 seconds to Nicky. Nicky, who has a back marker in front. Nicky has been mega fast all day. Who is that in front that he has to lap? That looks like MC. Chicano's broken the 4-second barrier. Keep an eye on Junior and Nicky. I don't think Junior's going to get him because Nicky is very, very quick today. One second off his best lap. Is that perhaps an indication of how hard Matt is pushing? Archie's not letting Chicano go. I'm sure if Archie got a chance, he might just think, well, these two are in the title fight, I'll maybe just let them at it. Because he has a 1-second penalty anyway. Yeah, Junior back to 4.5 seconds. So Nicky pulling back away. Nicky clearly making some sort of mistakes in his first few laps out of the pits. But he's getting it all together now. This has to be the best 3 laps of Chicano's life. He needs 1.7 seconds. Matt, still 2-second penalty. If he can get within 2 seconds, that is all he needs. You can see he's braking a lot more aggressive now into the column. He knows he needs everything. He needs absolutely everything that Ferrari has to offer. So Chicano, Pren and SB still no penalties. Sorry if we're just focusing on these two, but you can understand why. There's 1.5 seconds in it, 2 laps to go, and it's just whoever beats the other. Matt with penalties due to, primarily I would guess, he was running wide at Radion a lot. No one else is really close on track, so we're just focusing on the championship pair. Matt has extended the gap a little bit to 4.3, 4.4. Junior is back in the pits. For whatever reason, he's back in the pits. That's not our concern for now. Our concern is between a Mercedes and a Ferrari. I think right now it's going to Mercedes. Matt, 5.6 seconds. Chicano with a 2:26. Something went wrong for Chicano on that last lap. Yeah, Racing Home pointing out Junior only had 1 litre of fuel left. That's not gonna do you 2 laps. And Matt, nearly 6 seconds now. He has 1 hand on it. See how cautious he is through Le Combe. Then again, Chicano hasn't been confident in there all day, but he's took 1.5 seconds out of him through Le Combe, and the gap is back to about 4.5 seconds. How careful does Matt go? It's gonna come down to 1 lap. Chicano has taken 2 seconds out of Matt this lap so far. He's gonna need to do the same next lap. In fact, Chicano has picked up a 1 second penalty. So that completely changes it. 1 second penalty for Chicano. So he now needs 3 seconds. Junior, after a stop, rejoining in 7th. So a shame for him. Not gonna get his podium. Junior, who looked like he was gonna be the runaway championship winner at the start of the season. That's not gonna happen now. It all went downhill when we went to Texas. A run of horrible form and errors just throwing it away for him. Where is Dovtinho? He is at Pujon. Just to make sure we catch him winning. So he'll win, and then we have about a day before anyone else to finish. You can see entering Le Combe 4th gear. If Chicano hadn't got his 1 second penalty, this would be super close right now. There's still a chance. Matt is clearly taking it easy. We'll cut away to Daftinho for his win for only a second. Because this is gonna be close. Well, there is Daftinho. He has absolutely run away with this race. He wins it comfortably. You can see racing at home's lights. And Matt, he has just a sector to go. He has a second and a half to spare. R10 still just behind Chicano. Well, he's been there for a long time. I think he's just sort of letting Chicano do his thing. But Matt, Nicky will take second place. So that gap's not true. That is wrong. But with 2.5 seconds, Matt is the season... What season is this? I can't remember what season it is, but he is the champion of AOR. Chicano pushed him all the way. And with just seconds in it, Chicano just loses out in the final race. R10 will take 5th. Pren takes 6th. Junior will come around the final corner to take 7th. And there he is, the champion, being congratulated. Fregel crosses the line for 8th. No donuts or anything from Matt. I guess he just wants it confirmed, he might not know. RS takes 9th. Kingma will take 10th. And it is SB still to finish. That is just SB to finish. So, there it is. An amazing season with some crazy races. And a title that was decided by 1.9 seconds. It's a shame Chicano got his penalty because it almost robbed us of that finish. But it is Matt who will take 3rd place and the title. But it is Daftinho who won the race from Nicky, then Matt, then Chicano, R10, Pren, Junior, Fregel, Kingma and RS rounding out 10th, Vance 11th, MC and SB 13th. But there it is, the race that took the title to the last lap. We didn't know who was going to win. Matt was taking it easy, Chicano was giving it everything. That was an unbelievable race. Matt is champion, and congratulations to him, and thank you all for watching us throughout this season. We hope you will be back with us next season to watch what is hopefully just as good a title fight. But until then, thank you very much. I'm Liam, I've been your commentator, and I will see you for next season.